Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Zach Dickinson here. Hope you all had a wonderful and pleasant weekend. I know I did. Hope you all had a wonderful and blessed Mother's Day, and happy to all mothers out there. So today's video will be a little bit different. We've recently finished the Multiverse Saga, so I'll be doing another compilation video to this for tomorrow, and probably a few more throughout the next couple of weeks on Tuesdays. And so Daredevil Born Again Season 2 recently finished up, and so that is what we'll be going to be talking about. And it's been almost a week since the finale has been out, so that has been ample time for all of you that didn't watch it on premiere day to watch it. And so let's get on into it. Was Daredevil Born Again Season 2 better than Season 1? First off, we have how good was Daredevil Born Again Season 2? So, it started off very great all throughout. Daredevil appeared through most of the season. This was an inverse compared to Season 1 because Daredevil appeared in only a handful of episodes, only about 3 episodes and 3 or 4 episodes in total in Season 1, whereas Daredevil appeared in every single episode in Season 2. Now the inverse of it as well is Matt Murdock, as Matt Murdock, appeared publicly in only the last 2 episodes. So it's kind of the inverse of Daredevil, because now the majority of the focus was on Daredevil and his actions throughout Season 2, and Matt Murdock's actions only pretty much, publicly at least, in the last 2 episodes. So we have much more Daredevil, however, we didn't have much of Matt and the lawyer part. So where I would say is this was a great and phenomenal season. However, it still doesn't hit the perfect medium that pretty much the first 2 seasons of the original Daredevil Netflix show hit. It wasn't really as smooth as Daredevil Season 3 of the Netflix show, because Daredevil Netflix shows the third and final season of the Netflix Daredevil show primarily featured Daredevil and hardly any of Matt Murdock. Everyone loves and praises that season. It's not my absolute favorite, but also, this season didn't have we're not at 13 episodes either. That's always a big issue as well. But also, this season also had a lot of Matt Murdock behind the scenes and stuff as well, just like the Season 3. It had a little bit of lawyering. I wouldn't say it's better than Season 3 of Daredevil, though. It's not. It's probably better than Season 2 of Daredevil, the Netflix show, even though it has less lawyer scenes. Why is that? Why is it better than Season 2 for me? Well, it's better than Season 2 of the Netflix show because it doesn't split the plot in 2 parts throughout the whole season. Because in Season 2 of the Netflix show, you had the Punisher arc and then the Elektra and the Hand arc in the second half of Season 2, whereas Punisher took a backseat role in the second half of Season 2. This arc was, how are we going to take down Kingpin? Throughout the entirety of this arc was taking one step after the other, going layer after layer of how to take down Kingpin. And then we also have Bullseye also being much more prominent as well. It kind of seems like with the different teams of writers that they were reportedly having in Season 1 of Born Again, that Bullseye wasn't a part of most of it at all, but Bullseye was a major part of Season 2. However, also, the Punisher was not around in Season 2 of Born Again. Hopefully that'll be revealed in his own special, Last to Kill, that's coming out tomorrow. So, all in all, this is a great and phenomenal season. It is definitely a great and phenomenal season overall. Daredevil, phenomenal. The way Wilson Fisk evolves himself as Kingpin and as the mayor is much better than Season 1. Him and Matt fight a few times. Matt and Bullseye have ideological differences that aren't as extreme as the Punisher, but it's wonderful to see, like Punisher and Matt slash Daredevil always gets to happen. So those are all great. The unexpected twist that Vanessa does die, spoiler alert, but this is a full review of the entire season. But Vanessa Fisk dies, and that leads to a more rampage and more full of Wilson Fisk than if Vanessa wasn't alive. We have Heather, the psychologist, full blown and will be the next muse come season 3. Daredevil slash Matt Murdock revealed himself as Daredevil and is now in prison and disbarred, as in he is no longer allowed to be a lawyer. So, yeah, that is pretty much all of season 2 of Daredevil. Oh well, Matt Murdock, the end point of everyone, of most of the characters involved. Bullseye is free. Matt Murdock slash Daredevil is in prison. Wilson Fisk is on an island all to himself outside of New York. Luke Cage finally appears. Luke Cage and Jessica Jones are in a relationship and have a daughter. That is who Jessica Jones's father is. We also have that Luke Cage is back. We don't know whether or not he has continued from the end of Luke Cage season 2 or what stopped from him continuing, how he was basically the mob boss or the leader of a mob or something like that at the end of that season. So that leaves a few questions. Jessica Jones' powers are a bit questionable as well. So we definitely leave a good bit to talk about for the future of this show as well. There's only one defender left that has yet to appear, and that's Iron Fist. We're hoping that he does appear in season 3. And so we have Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Daredevil all appearing so far. We're just missing Iron Fist. And so that's season 2 of Born Again. Now up next of this video, we will have some things I think will happen in season 3 of Daredevil Born Again. This will be outside of villains because I don't know the exact way they'll go with villains. But let's get into who or what will happen and appear in season 3 of Daredevil Born Again. So, as someone who doesn't fully know the ordeal and what happens in the comics, but knows stuff through what I've seen on social media and people speculating about what the future could be, is the only thing I know about the main villain of season 3 is that it won't be Wilson Fisk. Number 2, we have that it's very likely that since there's a power vacuum and no longer a mayor of New York, that we're probably going to be getting the Luke Cage Mayor of New York storyline. Number 3, Iron Fist will appear at some point in season 3. We have 3/4 of the Defenders. We need number 4, and Iron Fist needs to appear. Matt Murdock slash Daredevil will get out of prison, but not escape, but get out of prison before the end of season 3. I think at least half to 3/4 of season 3 he will be in prison. He will not escape prison because that will go against all of his ideologies and all of his ways of thinking. He will get out of prison through some way, in a way. I don't know how, but he will get out of prison in some way. Iron Fist appear, Luke Cage leads towards becoming mayor, Matt Murdock gets out of prison. I think we'll get a tease of him getting back into being a lawyer, but we won't get him being a lawyer in season 3 unless it's specifically for him getting himself out of prison. That's the only way I see for him to be a lawyer in season 3. Number 4, Foggy Nelson will not appear, and he is not going to come back. I am sorry, but he is not coming back at this point. They've gone too far. I do not think that he's coming back at this point in time. Karen Page will step further closer towards killing people. She's basically female Punisher at this point. Heather, the psychologist, will be one of the main villains of Daredevil Born Again season 3 as the new Muse. Maybe a little bit different, but she has been torn apart by her PTSD from how Muse was towards her. And so now she is Muse. Will she still be the psychologist? More the same. I do not know. That's an interesting point. Wilson Fisk will appear, but will not be an antagonist, but will appear and wants to reclaim some power of New York. I think he won't be a main antagonist for the next season or two. I think this is a show that could easily go for 7 to 10 seasons. Because all the actors are of age and don't have any health issues as of right now. I think it as a show, I don't think Wilson Fisk will die because that'll be like killing off the Joker, and no one ever kills off the Joker in Batman. It just doesn't really happen all that much. The only reason why the Joker didn't appear again in the Christian Bale trilogy is because Heath Ledger died. That's it. That's pretty much all there is. So, I don't think Wilson Fisk will ever truly die or go away. I think for the next season or two, he won't be the true main antagonist and just will be someone trying to reclaim a little bit of power here and there in some way, shape, or form. Colleen Wing will appear if Iron Fist appears. If you know, you know, but at the end of Iron Fist Season 2, Colleen Wing is the Iron Fist, but months later, Danny Rand, with two guns, was able to use the Iron Fist again in some capacity. I want more of that expanded upon in season 3. I know it's very unlikely for us to get more shows out of these three characters, so it's going to be very much a very crowded space. I do think, in some degree, we'll get a special like the Punisher since he appeared in season 1. I think sometime around the season 3 release of Daredevil Born Again, we'll get a special TV special, like 50-minute or so, of Jessica Jones and Luke Cage, or Iron Fist. One of those possibilities. I think we're going to continue to get specials around the characters around Daredevil, since I don't think they'll get full-fledged shows ever. And so that's pretty much what I think will generally happen in season 3. I think if Matt isn't representing himself in season 3, it'll be Kirsten McDuffie who represents him. I do think Karen Page is about to go back towards her previous New York job as a reporter. Either that or take up a similar mantle that she did at Page Nelson Murdoch, that she will at McDuffie's law firm now. Bullseye will play prominently. Cherry will play prominently. I think Mahoney will play a larger role and stuff like that. So that's what I think will happen in Daredevil Born Again Season 3. And now, the last part will be how does it rank versus Daredevil Born Again Season 1 and the rest of the Netflix show. So, how is this compared to Born Again Season 1? Much better. Light years better. The only difference between Season 1 and Season 2 is just better. It's just better. Arguably, the first fight between Daredevil and Bullseye from Season 1 is still one of the best fights in the overall series as a whole. That shouldn't be that much of a hot take. However, this was much better action, much better storytelling, and a much more cohesive storyline that everyone can get behind. And there was much more positive reaction from many of the fans through online throughout this entire season. Many didn't expect the I am Daredevil bit, which is great, not expected. Many didn't expect Vanessa to truly be dead, because I didn't think that she was going to die all the way. I thought it was going to be near death at one point. Bullseye is just Punisher. Bullseye and Punisher. The only difference is Bullseye works with weird physics and Punisher works with a bullet and a gun. Now against the Netflix show, I think Born Again Season 2 is better than Daredevil Season 2. Not as good as Season 3 of the Daredevil show, but better than Daredevil Season 2. It is on par with Season 1 of Daredevil, but not as good as Season 3. I think it's on par with Season 1, but it's pretty much like Daredevil Born Again Season 1, Daredevil Season 2. It'll look like Born Again Season 1, Season 2 of Daredevil, then Season 2 of Born Again, and just a smidge there, or pretty much on equal, is Daredevil Season 1, and then Season 3 of Daredevil is obviously higher, and all of that. So that is all it for the video. I'll make a thumbnail real soon for it, but this will be coming out very shortly for you all. I hope you liked the video. Hope you're subscribed, and if you're not, please check. Hit that notification bell. I'll see you tomorrow for another combined size compilation video, and I hope you all have a wonderful, blessed day. Overall, I'll see you all Wednesday for another video. Star Wars related, and I think I'm ranking the Star Wars shows. So, I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye, God bless, have a great one.